Welcome to QSTPS TV in conjunction with Mezinanya Africa and Rex Arthur TV, where we discuss LGBTQ issues with an LGBTQ approach in an LGBTQ plus planet, where we are all in the rainbow spectrum of God. God, the Creator, living inside everybody. God is all and in all. So today, I decided to do a video after watching some videos about economics and cost of living, and I decided to talk about the cost of living in relations to life. And I want to title this series "Money is the Answer to Everything," based on Ecclesiastes 10:19, where it declares money is the answer to everything. Is the answer to everything. So now, I quickly drew up something about the cost of living. Then I asked myself, what is the cost of living? It's the cost of life. It's how much is life? How much does life cost? So after doing that, I decided to draw life. And I started with sleep, that one goes to bed at midnight. Now that bed is paid for. It is called rent. And then after paying the rent, you wake up in the morning at 7 a.m. and you go and wash up. And that involves using water, soap, flannel, tissue paper, toothbrush, and toothpaste. And that is also money. And then of course you dress up, which is clothes, and that is also money. You have to have bought your clothes and shoes and deo spray and lotion to apply on your body, and that is also money. And then after that, you go to the breakfast table, and it's also money. Bread, milk, tea leaves, sugar, butter, and gas to prepare the tea. And some people also use kettles to do that. There you are using the costs, they're increasing. And then you go to your car, and that one has to be fueled and maintained when it gets a problem. And for some people, they even have to use public means because they can't afford a car. So that's also costs again. And now you come to the main place that sorts the costs, your office, where you work. This is what we call the money center. Now here it can be an office or a factory or a shop. And everyone who comes to the money center or the work center is praying to the living God that customers will come to his shop or his office or their factory. And for the factory, they pray that people buy their goods. Because you can make goods and people don't buy them. And you can go to school and have an office and people don't come to the office. You can have anything and people not coming to your vicinity. So that's it. That's the money center. It's the most, because from there is where you can pay your costs that were here and that are coming. So after the money center, and remember, money is the answer to everything, you now go and rest after working, and that could be at a bar or a concert or a recreation center like a coffee shop, and you sit with your friends, and still that is money to pay. You pay for the concert ticket, that's money. The bar, you pay for the drinks, at least 2 or 1. Yeah, 1 for the road, not all the whatever you want to do anyway. You're free to do what you want with your money and your recreation. And then that is your work, and then you rested. Then some even choose not to go to the bar or the concert, but they choose to go back home, and they have their television, their internet subscription, and then they have the supper they're going to take, which is also money, and that's meat. Unga here in Kenya, yeah, we use maize meal, we call it unga, and then sukuma wiki is the vegetable, which is kales, and then you can also have oil, of course, tomatoes, onions, and even rice, and matoke, which is banana plantain from Uganda. And now all that is money, and then you rest. Now you can imagine this is the life of a single person. Now, what about a family person? They repeat the same thing with their partner. So that's now times 2 of what you spend. Then you add a child to the equation, and that one is times 3. Then you add another child, and that one is times 4. And that's what you're understanding about life. Many people have lived a tough life because their income doesn't change, but the costs increase. And most of the times they increase because you increase the members of the family. So, what is the solution? We in this series, Money is the Answer to Everything, are putting it to all governments in the world to give their citizens $20,000 every month for them to mitigate the cost of living, the price of life, because the price of life is expensive. Yeah. And if you don't have money, if you don't have a money center, you are done. And we are going to talk about life in the past and life in the present, and what life may look like in the future. In these tough times where the world has survived a pandemic that shook the economies of the world to such an extent that even coups are happening around the world. Remember, it's not only Niger that had a coup, even Russia tried to have one. And so that's what's happening worldwide. So there you are. Have you seen, you always spend money everywhere, especially if you live in the city, and even the village now, it's not immune to spending money. Thank you so much. This is part 1 of Money Answers Everything. Join us in part 2.